salvation, the new birth, is of grace, but the walk is works. And they not understanding that when you're born again of God's Spirit, it does not affect your mind, has caused all the erroneous and confusing teaching on the walk. The teaching worldwide is that if you're born again, it'll change your mind. It cannot, because of the logic in which the way God made the body. But you see, the reason the church got involved in that is because they advocated the Trinity, which is from the devil. And once you get three gods, man, you're cut down. The devil's already got you. So now we're teaching the same thing the spiritualists have taught. When you die, you're not dead. You go to heaven. You're alive, flitting around up there smoking 50-cent cigars and all the rest of that stuff. If you like cigars, it's all up there. You see, man, it's just a real cop-out. A real cop-out. Not understanding body, soul, and spirit, formed, made, and created. They've got this thing all screwed up. And they teach all over the world that if you get born again, you quit chewing tobacco. Depends on what section of country you live in. Or what denomination. That's right. Or you quit smoking. Or you quit dancing. Or you quit wearing earrings. Or you quit wearing makeup. Or you quit wearing. See, all depends on what group you're with. And the teaching is, you see, the Spirit affects your mind. The Spirit does not affect your mind, because that's in possession. That's in possession. That's in the spiritualist field, where the Spirit possesses your what? Sure. But the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ never possesses us. That's why they've never understood 1 Corinthians 13. It is agapeo, is the Greek word, and this usage of this word has to always be understood in the light of the renewed mind in manifestation. This love of God, which is in here by birth, Christ in you, the hope of glory. This love of God put on up here, practiced out there. Though I speak with the tongues of what? Men and of angels, and have not charity. I have not charity. Not talking about God, it's talking about me, right? Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, speak in tongues like a house of fire. Stay up all night to speak in tongues. But if I do not have charity, which is agapeo, the love of God in the renewed mind in manifestation, it profits what? Right, I'm simply as a sounding brass, which means I'm sounding off. And I'm a tingling cymbal. Just making noise. That's all. It's pretty noise. You know, people that like brass enjoy it. Cymbals, they'll enjoy it. Musicians. Still just noise. That's right. And many sincere Christians go through life doing nothing but making little noises. Because they do not have the love of God in the renewed mind in manifestation. They speak in tongues at least once a year, whenever God forces them, or He lays it on them in a meeting. That's right. God says they do not have the love of God. Now I want you to remember, this is Corinthians. It's God speaking, not V.P. Wierwille or Henry Boloko or anybody. It's God speaking to you tonight. It's an eternal now. We're simply sounding brass or a tingling cymbal. And though I have prophecy, the manifestation of it Begins with the speaking in tongues in verse 1, prophecy first on verse 2. Understand all the mysteries. Getting into the knowledge trip, the word of knowledge. And though I have the manifestation of faith, the manifestation of believing, because without that manifestation you could never move a mountain if God told you to move it. And have not the love of God in the renewed mind in manifestation, I am what? Isn't that a real curveball? Man, oh man. Just imagine having a great understanding of the mysteries, wonderful word of knowledge in operation, the wonderful manifestation of believing in operation. Wouldn't that be great? He says, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing. I'm nothing. Unless I have the love of God in the renewed mind in manifestation. You see why I don't get so upset about the works of man and all those great things they do? Because in God's sight it says it's what? Nothing, unless they have the love of God in the renewed mind in manifestation. And though I give all my money away, that's right, my goods, to feed the poor, not too many way people. We have to start them out even sometimes less than the law. And finally you get them up to at least where the Jews were even when they cheated the Lord, 10%. And when you get them into abundant sharing at 15, they think God ought to move over and give them a place in heaven to run the show. Here it says if you give it all away. And if you gave your body, just sacrifice it upon the altar of service for Him, to burn it out for Him. But if you lack the love of God in the renewed mind and manifestation, it profits me what? Isn't that something? Man, oh man, this love of God in the renewed mind must be fantastic. Next to the Lordship of Jesus Christ and His Word, it stands par excellence. That's all I know about it. Nothing else. When you and I practice this and really live it, everything we ever need in life comes to us without begging for it, screeching for it, howling for it, stealing, or any other way. Just be there. Because we're practicing the principles of God. And God has set the principles and He backs them up. It profits me what? Verse 4. The love of God in the renewed mind suffereth long. That's right. Why do you think I let them throw paint on my beautiful sign out there? A couple of weeks ago they threw dung on it. Why do you think since 62 I allow them to break those stupid bulbs over there? Why don't I go to their church over here? We know who do it, the guys who do it. Why don't I go to the church and break their stained glass windows? Right down there in that great city of New Knoxville. That's right. Why don't I go down there and take their bulletin board and break their bulbs? Well, you've got to be stupid if you don't know that answer. That's right. I sometimes feel like it. That's right. But then I've got to live with myself. That's a problem sometimes. That's right. And I got to live tomorrow if the Lord tarries. And all that stupid sign out there is a stupid sign. That's right. I think next week I'm going to take it down if you can't find the way headquarters practice Revelation. Shoot. Maybe I'll just let it sit there and let him poop on it or do something else. I don't care. That's right.